Have you ever noticed there's a movie constantly playing inside your head? You know the one, where you're the star and the plot is just this endless loop of past regrets or future fears? Well, today, we're going to talk about how you can finally grab that director's chair and completely change the script. I mean, really think about it for a second. Are you constantly rerunning arguments in your mind, reliving that one awkward thing you said years ago? Or maybe you're always pre-playing worst-case scenarios for things that haven't even happened. If any of that sounds familiar, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's explore how to become a much better director for that inner movie. And all the amazing insights we're diving into today, they come from the work of Veronica Walsh. She's a cognitive behavioral therapy specialist, and her blog is just a fantastic, warm, and super practical resource for understanding how our minds work. She has this really clear way of helping you feel like you can actually take back control. So let's start with the big question. Why do we even do this? Why do we sacrifice the present moment, the only moment we actually have, to star in these painful movies in our heads? Well, Veronica Walsh explains that this ability to visualize is actually a primal tool. It's supposed to help us solve problems. But for so many of us, it's become this overused, kind of seductive, and really negative habit. Veronica Walsh points out there are basically three main genres for these mental movies we get stuck in. First up, you've got the painful past movie. This is where you just rerun old events over and over, trying to change the dialogue in your head. Then there's the feared future thriller, where you imagine every single thing that could possibly go wrong. And finally, the fantasy future escape, which, can feel nice, but it often keeps us from actually living our real lives. I just love this quote from Veronica's work because it is so, so true. When we worry about something in the future, it's not just a vague thought, is it? No way. We direct a full-scale production. We see the scene, we write the dialogue, we feel all the emotions, and we usually apply this gloomy, negative filter over the whole thing, creating a total blockbuster of anxiety. But here's the thing. These mental movies aren't just harmless entertainment. They come with a very real and pretty high cost to both our mind and our body. Okay, so here's the core of the problem. Your body literally doesn't know the difference between a real threat and a vividly imagined one. So when you play that super stressful movie in your head, your body responds as if it's actually happening. It starts pumping you full of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. It's getting ready for a fight that's only happening on screen in your mind. And the result of that constant stress response? Well, it's a whole cascade of negative stuff. It tanks your mood, it chips away at your confidence, and it can even lead to self-sabotage, like when you avoid going to a party because you've already convinced yourself it's going to be a disaster. But maybe the biggest cost of all is that it just robs you of your life, right now. So, we've laid out the problem, and it can feel pretty big. But the good news is we have an incredibly powerful toolkit for becoming a better director of our own minds. And that toolkit is called cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. To put it really simply, CBT is a super practical approach that helps you become aware of your unhelpful thought patterns, like directing these negative movies. It's all about learning how your thoughts, feelings, and actions are all connected. The big idea is, if you can change one of those, you can start to change the others too. And this leads us to a really powerful insight. Think about it. We've already established how incredibly effective our imagination is at making us feel awful. So, what if we could harness that exact same power to make ourselves feel good? The tool itself isn't the problem, it's just how we've been using it. And hey, you don't have to just take my word for it. Let's try a quick little exercise from Veronica Walsh's work so you can actually feel the difference for yourself. Seriously, if you can, I really encourage you to pause and give this a shot. It's pretty amazing. Okay, first, I want you to close your eyes and really visualize an unhappy memory. Use all your senses. See it, hear it, feel it. Okay, now open your eyes and just take a second to notice how you feel. Right now. All right, shake that feeling off. Now let's flip the switch. Close your eyes again, and this time visualize a genuinely happy memory. A time you felt proud or confident or just totally delighted. Really live in it for a moment. Did you feel that shift? It's incredible, isn't it? In just a few seconds, you probably went from feeling upset, anxious, maybe a little uncomfortable, to feeling delighted, confident, or proud. And get this, nothing in your external world changed at all. The only thing that changed was the movie you chose to play in your head. And that right there, that is the whole point. You have a choice.
You can become aware of when you're directing one of these negative films, and you can consciously decide to change the channel. You can choose to stop the painful movie and press play on a much, much better one instead. And making that choice isn't just about getting a quick mood boost. It's about something much bigger. It's about reclaiming the only time you ever truly have. Right now, the present.
It sounds so simple, it's almost a cliché, but it's a profound truth we forget all the time. When you're lost in a movie about yesterday or some imagined tomorrow, you are literally missing the only reality that actually exists, which is right here, right now. And, this isn't some new idea. For centuries, the wisest minds have understood this. The real secret to well-being isn't about fixing the past or perfectly planning the future. It's about learning how to fully show up for the present. You see this idea echoed across all kinds of different philosophies. We find our real strength and our happiness, not by looking backward with regret or forward with anxiety, but by standing firmly right here in the now. So the fundamental takeaway is this. If you want to change anything, your habits, your mood, your entire life, the present moment is your only workshop. It's the only place where action is even possible. You can learn from the past, and you can plan for the future, but you can only live right now. So I'll leave you with this question. The past is gone. The future isn't here yet. You are the director. You're in the editing room right now. What movie are you going to choose to play today?